Peace and love, y'all. This is the Pac King. The Pac King is in the. It's time to get the music started. It's time to get started. We're gonna play some beats off of United Masters. Oh wait, did I connect on? Here we go. Okay. We got the music going. Now let's get the camera going so we can get this party started. All right, here we go. Yeah. There we go. I want to take a picture. All right, there we go. All right, let's do it. By the way, I got my body armor. Trying out this new flavor, strawberry slam. Let's see how it tastes real quick. Then I'm gonna start. It's okay. It's decent. It's got caffeine in it, so I'm about to get amped. I done made a little mess here. Hold on. I don't know how I got water all over the screen. Let's go. I'm gonna dry it with my hoodie. There we go. Yeah, all right. I think we're good now. So tonight, I told myself I'm gonna try to get to the kill screen, and I'm gonna play dot bottom to do it. I'm gonna rock dot bottom tonight. So that dot bottom means I'm gonna try to get the lowest score possible for the amount of levels that I'll play. So I'm not gonna eat any fruit. I'm not gonna eat any blue monsters. All right, let's get it. Dot bottom. But get into the kill screen right now. I have to get to the kill screen once every quarter, right? Well, if you're new to this, get to the kill screen once every quarter. And the reason is, I don't even want to tell you the reason, because you're not going to believe me if I told you. I almost forgot that I was playing dot bottom. I started about to use the blue monster. Playing dot bottom just gets me to the kill screen a lot faster than usual. So that's another advantage of playing dot bottom. Oh, I messed up. God, see? I'm already 200 up. Woo! That was close. Not an easy game, let me tell you. You gotta be very careful. Alright, there we go. Good start. I'm 200 up though. Messed around and I had to get caught. Eating the fruit. I should have just gotten caught now that I think about it. By the way, y'all, I am happy to say that I successfully released a new song called The Pac King's Reign. Now, if you haven't heard it yet, make sure you get out there and check it out. It should be on Spotify, Apple Music. Even on TikTok and Instagram, that's pretty cool. But I created like a nice little TikTok and Instagram video to promote the song. But when I actually created the song, I had the video already in mind, and it just came out so beautiful. It just came out so amazingly awesome. I play it so much now. Like I listen to it at least 20 times a day. If you're watching this on my Twitch channel, welcome to the live stream, or welcome to the recorded version of it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I appreciate the subscription. Thank you for that. Support is appreciated. Still got a lot of big things in the works. Of course, you know I'm working on more songs, more tracks. Let me tell you the story though. Let me just get to the story. The story is quite simple. The chase with the kill screen. If you haven't listened to the audio book, you can go to my link list. It's there. It's called The Chase for the Kill Screen. Yes. Now the chase for the kill screen is explaining why I have to get to the kill screen every quarter. Woo! That was a close one. Oh, almost ate that pear. Gotta be careful with that bottom. It is not as easy as I'm making it look. Woo! Anyway, the chase for the kill screen explains why I have to get to the kill screen at least once every quarter. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but if you're familiar with the hashtag, you've been following me for a while, you've seen by now the hashtag We Are Not Alien Food. You're probably like, what is that hashtag and why does he keep posting it? Well, it's pretty simple. I don't know about you, but I'm not interested in becoming alien food. That was a close one, very close one. We almost had it.
Jesse, open the door.
So anyway, when I get to the kill screen, I save us from becoming alien food. Does that sum it up for you? You're like, how could you possibly save us? And who is us? Well,
Jesse, open the door.
us in this case would be human beings, animals, really all forms of life on this planet. Human beings, animals, trees, plants, you name it. All the resources.
Jesse, open the door.
But you know, the interesting thing about saving all of that, including humanity from alien invasion, is that when I actually do pull it off and make it to the kill screen, nothing happens. And no one knows that I just saved myself. It's a business where you don't get any reward, you don't get any credit. But my reward is in knowing that you guys are okay. You guys are still kicking it and going strong. That's my reward. I get to go home to my family. And you get to go
Jesse,
home
open the door.
That's a beautiful thing, right? So far, so good, though. So you're probably wondering, well, I haven't checked out the audio book. I'm just listening to this for the first time.
Jesse, open the door.
You're probably wondering, how in the world does me playing a Mr. Pac King game save humanity, planet Earth, and everything in it? How is that possible? It doesn't make sense. Well, you have to first of all remember that you're not in this universe alone. You're not alone. You're not alone. What I mean by that is in the story, it's not only one group of aliens to worry about. There's multiple groups of
Jesse,
aliens.
open the door.
There's one particular group of ETs that are hostile, but they're not hostile to humans for any particular reason outside the fact that they wish to exploit humanity in a way
Jesse,
that
open the
I can only
door.
describe it as we become alien food. We are consumed in a way that no one would ever want to imagine. And the only thing standing between that horrific event, these specific
Jesse,
ETs,
open the door.
the only thing standing between that happening or not happening is another group of ETs that are in charge of the rules. Now, you say, what are the rules? Good question. I don't want to go that way because I might end up, get out of there, get out of there. Woo, that was a close one. So, what are the rules, right? That's what you probably. Well, there happens to be a galactic council, and unlike Star Trek or the Orville or Star Wars, the human fantasy is that we are somehow in charge of the galactic, on a galactic level, we are in charge of the Milky Ways. And that is an absurd concept that I liked in the beginning, but I was like, you know what? It's time that we just kind of wake up to the reality that we may not necessarily be in charge at the galactic level. We might just be at the stage where we're just finally becoming accepted at the galactic level. And there's ETs that's far more intelligent, far more advanced. So you got one group of ET, their own characteristics, call them the Fs. And these guys are, for the most part, interested in exploiting not just Earth, but any planet that they can get their hands on. And really the only thing that is preventing their invasion is the rules at the galactic level that say they can't. But they can, and they found a loophole that would allow them to, if they can prove, once and for all, that this race of beings called humans are at the same level, or maybe a little bit higher, as chimpanzees and gorillas. If they can show that we are at that level, and they can get the clearance at the galactic level to consume us. But unfortunately, and this is where I just really want you to stop and listen, right? Unfortunately, at the galactic level, what has happened is the ET that is running the show has stopped them from their invasion. And why? They received transmissions from Earth that would prove otherwise. That the human species are not at the same level as gorillas, chimpanzees, or apes. That the human being is not an animal to just be discarded and consumed like a cow. But rather, what this species has concluded, thanks to the creative aspects, what we call art, human art, and I'm not going to delve into what exact form of human art has done it. Let's just say it's a combination of all of them in one state that when it was received by Galactic Council's ETs, they were very impressed. And they were impressed at the level of, not only was it absurd to think that we were at the same levels of chimpanzees and gorillas. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, my bad. Got caught, finally. Not only are we not at the same level as chimpanzees and gorillas, but we are so far more advanced and intellectually advanced and technologically advanced, spiritually. Well, I'm not going to say spiritually because we don't know what the spiritual state of gorillas and chimpanzees are, but you get my point. But not just that, it's also the point that this particular species species of ET that is running the Milky Way is a huge fan of hip hop and hip hop artistry and the way that it interacts with other forms of art through the usage of samples and loops. And then, of course, the diversity that's in hip hop, how members of the human race from all over the world have embraced it. The ETs are no different. This particular group of ETs not only have sufficient proof that we are intelligent beyond what the F's are trying to make a case for, but they have motivation to preserve human life through the creation of more hip hop as well as other art forms that human beings have created. So there's a huge incentive for this particular group of ETs to prevent the other group of ETs from consuming us. Huge incentive. Now that you understand that, you got a clear idea that we're dealing with multiple species of ET. One is more benevolent, or so it appears, and the other is not. You can see quite clearly what's happening in the chase for the kill stream. But I'll elaborate. The way that human beings are shown to be an intellectual species that should not be wiped out, the way that this is accomplished is what's intriguing. You would think they would just say, well, check out the music, check out the TV shows. But unfortunately, to a lot of the species in the Galactic Council, the meaning aspect of our creative expressions have been used against us to demonstrate a sort of moral inferiority to the rest of the ET population. So that didn't really help us. But what did help us is that there is a particular level of work. Like, that's right, job. There's a job in the Galactic Council's jurisdiction that a human being could potentially do if they were properly trained and prepared for it. That job is what's known as the GOOD, the Galactic Operator of Drones. Now let me explain. I know that sounds way out there, right? The Galactic Operator of Drones. So this job in particular, its main core function is to mine remote planets, mostly unpopulated, for important resources with different species in the Milky Way. Okay? That's the core function of the drone operators. Now, drone operators obviously do other stuff as well. It's not just mining. There's other stuff that they do, whether it be espionage. There's other stuff, whether it be gaming. Like, humans like to race and whatnot, right? Woo, got out of that one. That was a close one. Human beings like to race and stuff. So do ETs. So you need operators that can keep up with the races to capture footage, things of that sort. But it is what could be classified as the most human-friendly job at the galactic level. The function that humans could quite easily do according to what humans have been documented to already be doing. And so it was quite simple once this job was articulated. It was quite simple. But not at the same time, it was quite impossible. What they realized at the Galactic Council level is if they could train a human, just one, to be GOOD, a drone operator, right? Nah, I shouldn't mean to do that. This joystick's a little sticky, so now I have to kind of shift my strategy to deal with that stickiness. I forgot about this particular joystick. So anyway, this function was negotiated, and the actual interface for the drone, the actual interface was not able to support a human being. The neural interface, a human being just could not. I almost ate that. So they were able to negotiate on our behalf a new interface. And that interface is a two-dimensional layout. Now, after some research, they realized they needed a little bit more, and they turned that two-dimensional interface into a game. Now, in order to be a drone operator at the galactic level, you've got to perform something called trilateral parallel processing of the brain. And what this basically means is that the drone operator, in order to qualify, has to demonstrate that while interfacing with this two-dimensional game, they have to demonstrate that they can multitask on two other activities simultaneously. Now, this is unfortunately deemed impossible for the human being to pull off. But they had a little bit of time, just a little bit. So the mission became very clear. Find a human that can be trained to pull it off. You don't need but one. You don't need but one. So that's what they proceeded to do. Gotta be careful, I almost ate that banana. Now if you check out the audio book, you see exactly how I was found. And you find out who found me, how they found me. I don't want to spoil it for you, so I'm being very careful of how I articulate this answer, because it's an amazing story in and of itself how I was found. But the interesting thing is that in the finding process, the ETs assumed that hip-hop was the human language. So they proceeded to attempt to document all of their communications with humans using the hip-hop language. And that's, in essence, what they pulled off. And if you want to listen to that, go listen to I Am Mr. Miss Batman. That will present what would be their attempt to tell us the danger that we're in hip-hop format. And the creature that they used to perform the communication is very, very amazingly powerful. But ultimately, it's used as an instrument to create that initial communication with us. Oh my goodness. Joystick's stuck on me again. I apologize, but fortunately, in my chase for the kill screen, I have been given a lot of leeway this situation. When we were in negotiations, a certain amount of credits were allocated so that if I were to find myself in a situation where the joystick was not performing as well, like now, if I were to find myself in such a situation, I could still save us because the pressure is balanced by enough credits to make it to the kill screen, even with a sticky joystick. And I feel like tonight's game is going to be a perfect example of that. Now the rule is I can use 4 credits. 4 credits, doesn't care how much that costs, but 4 credits are the maximum amount of credits to get to the kill screen. 4 credits. Now, I was close to almost ate that chest. If I make it to the kill screen with 4 credits, now I've met the minimum requirement. So let's get back to qualifying to be a drone operator. In order to have qualified to be a drone operator, I had to not only get to the kill screen, but I had to do it while performing 2 other tasks simultaneously. Those other 2 tasks were, well, I don't know if I want to tell you, that might spoil it. Let's just keep it at, without spoiling it, I had to perform these other 2 tasks, and one of those tasks required the usage of my other hand, which is why Miss Pac-Man was the perfect game format, because it doesn't require 2 hands, it only requires 1. So that frees my other hand up to do something along the lines of balancing. And then the other task, which utilizes 67% of my mind, is poetry. That's been recognized by the Galactic Council as a task in and of itself. So by balancing and doing poetry simultaneously, I was able to qualify as a drone operator. Now I had to, of course, make it to the kill screen under those conditions, which I was able to pull off a while ago, pre-pandemic. It was an amazing moment pulling that off because, I mean, if you think it sounds impossible, playing Turbo Speed Miss Pac-Man, balancing on a simply fit board, where I'm basically like standing on a skateboard that's going in all kinds of crazy different directions. I had to do that while simultaneously performing hip hop. It was absolutely insane. But I pulled it off thanks to the amazing coaching that I received from, you guessed it. Did you guess it? Yes. The same alien species that was benevolent enough to buy us time, benevolent enough to negotiate on our behalf. It's the same benevolent species that figured out a way to find me. It was the same benevolent species that negotiated those terms, supported me through the whole process. But ultimately, from all of that coaching and training, I had to pull it off myself, and that is get to the kill screen and perform trilateral parallel processing. It was even, the risk was so high that some people even were speculating at the galactic level. When I say people, I should say ETs. They were speculating, almost got stuck there, that I would not make it, that I I would not get sufficient blood flow to my brain, and maybe I might even have a stroke. There was medical staff on board, even though they weren't visible to the human eye. They were there in case I passed out. But lo and behold, the training paid off, the breathing techniques paid off, the meditations paid off, and I was able to qualify as a drone operator. Now, the ET is the escort wing tickets, okay? And they're pretty smart group. Think about it. They were smart enough to pull up all these other policies and make it difficult for us to even possibly survive. We were above higher life forms from an intellectual perspective than chimpanzees, apes, and gorillas. What they did though, they got really clever and said, okay, what you have to do is get to the kill screen every quarter. Gosh. Alright, this is a nice break. Oh no, I got one light left. Okay. So far we're still at 2. So every quarter they set it up to where I would have to get to the kill screen. And if I don't, they can immediately invade. Now, crazy as that sounds, it became imperative that as the drone operator, I continue playing the 2-dimensional game, which is connected to an actual drone. And get to the kill screen. Otherwise, everything continued to be at risk. So every quarter, as negotiated, I have to get to the kill screen. From those negotiations at the galactic level, we landed on 4 credits. But if I don't make it to the kill screen, instant, no delay, ET invasion. Hence, we are not alien food. Hashtag we are not alien food. The first few times that I tried to get there, I struggled. I didn't even, I had to work my way up to it. Real talk. It wasn't like an overnight success. There was a few times that I ran out of credits and did not make it to the kill screen. So what I realized is I had to do it strategically. And by strategic, I mean, that was bullshit. I had to be very strategic. So I knew I had a quarter. By a quarter, I had 3 months to get to the kill screen. And it's a very exhausting process. Very exhausting. I'm sweating, my body is sore. It's just incredibly exhausting, right? And that was my main goal. I didn't care about anything else. It's just I failed a few times, and I knew at that point I had to get I had to just muster up the energy. Let it go. I had to muster up the energy and come back. I have to wait a week, sometimes a couple weeks, just to come back and try again. And there was some times when I didn't make it a few times. It was just so much pressure. And knowing what's at stake, that didn't help either. Nope, not at all. So anyway, I remember it came to one particular time I had to get to the kill screen, by, let's say, December 31st. December 31st is the oddest end of the year. I hadn't gotten to the kill screen yet. I think this was like a few years ago. Yeah. I was in Orlando trying to get to the kill screen. And it's like, this time it was the day before. It was December 30th, so I had one more day to get there. Gosh. Whew. I'm already getting tired. With my quarters, that's the question. Now, if I let this clock out, put that quarter there, I like to put all my credits there so that I can use it continue, because that's really what they're saying. You have to use it continue. If I let the game in, then I'm start all over from the beginning. And I'm not trying to do that. It's too exhausting. So it's like, that's what I was saying. It's like December 30th, and it's like 10 o'clock at night, right? And I know getting to the kill screen takes like 2 hours. But the pressure was on me. I know I only had one day to do it. So that time I made it. It was like a big feel greater moment. I was so happy. Oh my goodness. The pressure was off for another quarter. But that was pretty scary. That's like one of the times where I just came so close to the deadline. I really didn't think I was going to make it. And I really had to just buckle down and say a prayer, you know what I mean? Like real talk. I had to buckle down and just pray that I made it. You could imagine like that kind of pressure. Woo! So, after that time, I had to make it to the kill screen again. You know? The next quarter. And knowing what I had been through the previous quarter, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna wait until the last couple days. So I kind of like did it like a week before the deadline. It took me a few more attempts, but I pulled it off, fortunately. Hashtag, we are not alien food. Now, since then, this was like, I'm gonna say, a couple years ago. So again, we're still talking about pre-COVID pandemic. So since then, the pressure was on to get to the kill screen, right? Every quarter. And then the pandemic hit. And what started happening, which is crazy, is that it started, you know, a lot of the places that I would go to actually play Miss Pac-Man. Oh, I ate the fruit. I had no choice. A lot of the places that I would go to play Miss Pac-Man started to close down. And then other places started to have mechanical issues, the joystick stopped working, things like that. But thanks to the pandemic, there was nobody really around at this point to help maintain the machines, you know what I mean? So, the fact that I had no machine to go to made it that much more difficult to meet the requirement. Of course, this is something that they would do, right? So, I totally like started to feel like the whole pandemic was their manipulation to stop me from having access to so many machines and so many places to use Miss Pac-Man machines, as well as to stop the maintenance aspects of the machines without being caught by the Galactic Council. That's how I perceive the pandemic, okay? Now everybody has their conspiracy theory. I'm just trying to tell you what it was, right? They literally made it damn near impossible to find a place to play the game. Fortunately, we have Dave & Buster's. Dave & Buster's was like the last place where the games were being maintained So I was like, all right, if I have to even go to another state, right, I'm going, because what's at stake here, right? Humanity, planet Earth, everything in it. So it was no longer about me anymore. And that's pretty much what I did. That was a close one. It's pretty much what I did. I just faithfully maintained my duty, put myself through the ringer, and made it to the kill screen quarter after quarter after quarter. Pun intended. But it was real. Yeah. Now, like I said in the beginning, when I make it to the kill screen, nothing happens. No invasion happens. Nothing happens. Which is a good thing, right? It's a great thing. There's no marching band, there's no celebration, there's no payment, there's no compensation of any kind. It's just like, look, we get to live another day, no alien invasion, right? Stretch my hand, yeah. Woo. So then the pandemic was over, and it was like, woo. Things started to slowly come back, including the games, the machines started to slowly come back. The maintenance man started to finally fix some of them. But then when I started to go back to some of them spots, the game was completely gone or not operational. I had to like literally figure out what I was gonna do. It was a little scary for me when I came back. But again, I just stuck to my duty. Found locations and played. That's what I did. Every quarter, faithfully, until now. And now we're in the last quarter, 2022, October 2022. And I'm at the level now where it's like, okay, I got a lot of time before the end of this quarter. A lot of time. We got stuck. The joystick deteriorates over time, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget that. Oh man, I'm gonna have to be more careful. I only have 2 credits left. I had to go to some crazy places to practice too. Like, I found the unit. I found the captain all the way in the back of this Asian laundromat in the middle of the hood in Baltimore, like deep in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Joystick deteriorating really quickly. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might be in one of those situations where I'm not gonna make it tonight. And I have to go find another location. It would be nice if I had some help, but it's a top secret mission. The government don't even know. Nobody knows. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, this is some top secret stuff going on here. You know what I mean? So, I mean, nobody knows it's at stake. Species that are trying to sabotage us. Gosh. Or eat us, I should say. Let me clarify, because y'all thinking I'm talking about like eating like chicken or fish. No, they're gonna do that too, but they know we have, low key, they know we have advanced minds. They know what our minds are capable of. So, according to I Am Mr. Miss Pac-Man, they plan on doing way worse than this. That's why I'm trying to say, like, it's a very, very terrible situation if I don't make it to the kill screen. But everybody, not just humans. everybody got stuck in it. That's why it's so important, right? That with no support, with no compensation, with no reward at all, it's imperative that I get to the kill screen every 4 days. I had to deal with that a little bit in the beginning because it was like, all right, I can't even get compensated for this. Like, really? So I'm just supposed to just take this burden on and have a real 9 to 5, whatever, at the same time with all this money. I can't even get the support that I need to just focus on this right now. They were like, nah, you gotta. I'm gonna eat the fruit. They were like, nah, you gotta do it low key. Nobody can know. Still to this day, like I had to get permission to even talk to y'all about it. But now I'm so dependable, and I've gotten so much practice in, and I've gotten to the kill screen so consistently. They're like, they gave me the green light to talk about it on my channels. But still, the most I can request are donations. There's no compensation for it. There's no government body supporting me along this process. None of that. But I was like, look, y'all gotta at least let me petition humanity. Y'all gotta at least let me ask for donations. They said, all right. We let you do a lot of things, proving your loyalty to this cause. You've been handpicked for the job. Handpicked for the job. We'll let you at least see if you can garner some support. So here we are. This is where I am right now. And so far, like, nobody's really shown me any support, which I kind of was expecting. But at the end of the day, who really cares, right? As long as I keep doing what I'm doing, and there's no alien invasion, who cares? Who cares if this activity is mentally draining, physically draining on my body? Who cares if I have to actually go earn a living after this and put the whole world at stake? Like, who cares, right? Who cares if we pay for so much lesser stuff that we really don't care about? Who cares about little old me and my needs, right? I'll just continue doing what I'm doing because out of self-interest, I'm not going to just let this happen because I have a daughter, I have a son, I have cousins, I have nieces, I have nephews. So just in the interest of that alone, I'm going to make sure that was close. I'm going to make sure that I perform my duty. So who cares about little old Lauren, right? And that's really, like, I've concluded that's how most people will see it. That's how they probably see it already. If they know about it, it's like, hey, as long as I show up for free, why pay me, right? Why help me? And to me, that's the unfortunate mishap of our community. We just taking this effort for granted. But I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? Because, like you said, I'm motivated. There's no way in the world I'm gonna sit back and let dimension after dimension with my family in it get eaten by aliens. It's just not happening. Not on my watch, at least. Woo! That was a close one. It's not happening. So I'm gonna keep going strong. If anything, for selfish reasons.
Are you famous?
I'm gonna keep going strong. What'd you say?
Are you famous?
Yes. Are you?
No.
I'm about as famous as you are. I'm famous. I'm famous to people who don't know who I am. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you play? What do you have YouTube?
And I'm actually recording on Twitch, so be careful what you say. I don't want to implicate you.
No, I'm not gonna post it.
Yeah, I don't want you to say anything that implicates you. It is being recorded. But thanks for making that observation. I might have to hire you as my assistant. Follow me, son. I know. I need a little comic relief, and he gave it to me. Thank you, whoever that was. That probably was an F trying to distract me. They tried. The F's definitely tried. So I had to teach myself this game where I just trained my mind to not be distracted in casual conversation. Because in the beginning, they were sending all kinds of people coming my way, including animals, to throw me off and distract me. You know what I mean? So I had to play this game where I would like train my mind to not get distracted by casual conversation or, you know, imagery. Or believe it or not, the funny part was not getting distracted by beautiful women, because in the beginning they were sending so many beautiful women at me, and I was just losing life after life. Just one look away is risky enough, but you know, I'd take that very long look. Can't help it at the time. I had to strengthen my mind, son. They knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing, you know what I mean? So when they saw that couldn't work anymore, they just kind of fell off on that and stopped trying to send beautiful women and other distractions at me while I'm playing. But you know, I'm in a public place. That's the other thing about this. It's like something that's important probably, you know, could be pulled off in a private place, but I don't have a cabinet. And it has to be done on a cabinet that has the kill screen. And these things are hard to find, and they're hard to maintain. So my strategy was very simple. I find one in a public place that's already maintained. Put my quarter in and get to the kill screen. It's very simple. You know what I'm saying? Woo! But when they started becoming hard to find, I was never in a position where I could maintain and get a cabinet, or I should say get a cabinet and maintain one. So it's in the works, you know. At some point, you know, that would be an awesome gift to have, but again, nobody knows what I'm doing, so it's kind of like a catch-22. If I go out there and start asking for the supplies, then it's just going to attract and draw more distractions. You know what I mean? And so far so good, but I think at a certain point I'm gonna have to, you know, break out of my comfort zone and put up a GoFundMe or something. That way, if I have the cabinet in house, that removes a lot of the distractions, like what you just heard. Not that I'm gonna succumb to any distractions at this point. I feel like I won't, but I feel like at some point something is going to change at the policy level, at the Galactic Council and the F. These ETs are smart, they're clever, they know how to manipulate, you know, politics and media, and gaming ain't nothing to them. They can manipulate all of that in the sense that they can change the requirements, and rumor has it is that they're trying to move it from a quarterly game to a monthly or even weekly game. And they know I don't have the physical stamina based on past prior performance. I don't have the stamina to do a weekly game. So they're trying little things like that to interfere with the process, to make sure that at some point I fail in this effort. That's why I'm so vigilant with my health routine. I can get better though. I can get better. But I'm a vegetarian. What else? I don't drink. You know, I'm constantly supplementing myself mentally. I know caffeine probably shouldn't mess with that, but I've allowed caffeine to be part of my matrix for the fact that it's part of my rubrics. The fact that it requires so much energy to pull us off. And just a little bit of fatigue at higher levels will undoubtedly cause me to miss my mark here. Fatigue is actually part of what the chase for the kill screen is all about. Like, that's what they're counting on. They're counting on me getting too tired and losing lives. Because mentally, it's just it's a huge amount of mental energy to pull us off, to actually make it to the kill screen. Huge amount of mental energy. I'm like so exhausted after one game. It's like I go home and I just go straight to sleep. It's incredible. But all of that supplementation, healthy eating, staying hydrated, still barely make it. So it's definitely like impacted my lifestyle. It's impacted me. This whole chase for the kill screen sort of mentally pushed the limits on what I didn't think. Like I never imagined that it was possible to even become a galactic drone operator. Oh man, I didn't mean to eat that. I didn't even think that was possible. Especially balancing the ball in the back of my hand, standing up for 2 hours and performing hip hop at the same time. That was just absurd. But the benevolent PTs, they gave me the confidence. They instilled it in me and the belief that I could pull it off, and I did. So I never questioned them ever again after that. And to a certain extent, they've been helping me maintain a vigilant discipline when it comes to what I put in my body. I rarely ever eat dairy anymore. I'm literally that guy a few years ago that like always eating ice cream, always eating dairy, love cheese. I used to be a meat eater, and that was me back in the day. But along the process, along the way, I'm not saying I became vegetarian for this, but the interesting thing is, when I became vegetarian, I didn't even know about this. It was like, it preceded me while I was involved in this platform. You know what I mean? And that's how I think the universe works. Like when you're called to a certain duty, oftentimes, you don't even know that the whole time prior to the call, you were being prepared for it. But when you finally get to the duty, like this, you realize, wow, they were preparing me for this way before a formal introduction was even made. That's what's amazing about this whole process. So I didn't really have to stress too much about the discipline of my diet because it was already pretty much instilled prior to the call. I just really had to maintain myself at that point. So fortunately, I've been able to do that and pull this off every quarter. But like I said, rumor has it that they're gonna either want me to do this every month or every week. I really don't know what I'm gonna do if they get approved for a weekly chase for the kill screen. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I just don't know how. Even with all the experience I've had thus far, I mean, it's just so taxing on me. How am I gonna possibly pull this off every week? I just don't know. Is that possible? But again, I just have to put my trust in their belief in me and not let them down. Not let them down. But it's not going to be easy. I'll say that. Woo! So at certain points along this journey, I like to communicate how I'm feeling. I think that's important for everyone watching this video to understand that what makes this game so incredibly difficult isn't the maze or the dots. It's the endurance needed to get to the kill screen. It's the same mazes, seeing dots. There's only 4 mazes. Each one has like a little bit more or a little bit less than 250 dots, 4 power dots. But what's happening as I'm playing is it starts off like in a warm-up phase. You get to eat blue monsters, eat fruit, so you get to clear them out to a certain extent. But as you get into the higher levels, around I'm gonna say level 19, 20, around that level, they no longer turn into blue monsters. And when you get to like level 30 and up, forget about it. Forget about it. And then what happens is it goes to the AI. The rules are such that the AI is allowed to get smarter and smarter, faster and faster. And I'm just getting more and more tired as the game goes on. Meanwhile, the AI is getting faster, smarter, better traps. You see, I'm going like this, AI is going like that. Somewhere at a certain point around where we're at now, you start to make mistakes like that. The fatigue.
Jesse, open the door.
Fatigue is unbelievable. I'm already feeling the fatigue. It's kicking in strong. And then on top of that, you got joystick malfunction. That factors into the strategy that you use to play the game. I'm playing a particular mode, a game within the game called Dot Bottom. I realize if I make it interesting for myself, but I went to the top. If I make it interesting for myself, at least, and that increases the chance that I won't experience game boredom and lose my lives, because that's a real factor into this. Like your mind tends to daydream and drift off, which is catastrophic. But it's something that happens involuntarily right in the middle of the gameplay, because you're playing for so long and it's so ridiculously boring at some time. Just evading the ghosts in these crazy circles as you're running around in this maze. But you've got to discipline your mind to deal with game fatigue and game boredom. It's probably the same thing. So by playing a game inside the game, I'm able to at least buy myself some time. Hope that makes sense. I'm explaining this so that you don't think this is easy. Yeah, anybody can go play a few levels in this game, but when you start getting into the higher levels, when you start feeling the fatigue like I'm feeling now, you really realize that this is a mental game beyond your strategy of avoiding ghosts. This is a mental game in terms of dealing with fatigue, mental fatigue. Now some people say, oh, why don't you just run patterns? And I gave you the first answer for running patterns.
Jesse, open the door.
The mental aspect of the boredom that kicks in. There's something else. Drone operators are not allowed to run patterns in the training programs. It's just a rule that was introduced during the time that the two-dimensional
Jesse, open the door.
Because if this is actually tied to a drone that is mining at the galactic level, then patterns cannot be approved, and that's what the F fought for. So I needed to play completely freestyle, no patterns. And that's again with the game within the game idea, solve all of these problems at once, if that makes sense. But I had to mainly work on a style of play that was totally free of patterns, memory of all of the things that I had previously taught myself. Because in the beginning, I was like, okay, in the beginning, I was like, I can run patterns. It was like they were in my mind and was like, nope, took that off the table. At this rate that I'm going, I'm not going to make it. I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm in trouble. I'm so tired right now. This caffeine is really going to hopefully kick in and save me from the fatigue that I'm feeling right now. Woo! So, like, imagine everything I'm saying to you now, and you'll understand how to F this alien species that wants to consume us. There's so many different political maneuvers to prevent me from getting to the kill screen every quarter. They were trying to prevent me from even qualifying as a drone operator. Like, that was the biggest hurdle, because no human was thought of being capable of trilateral parallel processing of the mind. No human was thought of to be capable. We just have one mind. At the most, maybe we can do 2 things, 3 things at the same time, while also qualifying to be a drone operator. They thought they had really cornered me in that one. They're like, there's no way you can do this. But I did it. Shout out to the benevolent ETs. I'm not going to give up the name and spoil it, but they really provided a way for me to not only perform trilateral parallel processing, but also meet the quarterly requirement I was supposed to meet. So with that said, what happens typically when I'm feeling the fatigue and I'm pushing myself through it, and I'm drinking, I'm hydrating, and I'm just working through it one level at a time, what ultimately happens is I start to forget. Like, it takes a toll on my memories, son. For real. When I say, like, forget, I'm not talking about, like, Alzheimer's or dementia or anything. I'm talking about, like, in that moment, just forgetting what I was talking about a moment ago. That ever happened to you? Or, like, you go from one room to another to get something, then you walk into the room, and on the way to the room, some thought went across your mind, and then you get to the room and you completely forgot why you were going into the room to begin with. I'm sure that happens to all of us, but I never experienced anything like that happening in the middle of a game until I started doing this. And the guidance that I received was that would go away over time with more saves, more practice, and it sort of has. But if it happens during this game, now you know what's going on. If I completely lose my train of thought, now you know what's going on. I'm like, it happens every now and then. There's nothing wrong with me. It's just part of the fatigue that I'm experiencing. I'm just glad I don't have to perform trilateral parallel processing anymore. That was crazy. Got a foot. I was trying to avoid. Alright, so because I don't have that many lives left, and I only have 1 credit left, I think, I'm calling off Dot Bottom. I'm just like, that's just requiring too much mental energy. I'm not gonna chase the fruit, but if I eat it, I'm not gonna like frown upon myself. I just need to get through these few levels. I've got like 500,000 more points to go. It's gonna take about another round of these instrumentals going another few rounds. You know what I mean? I might even start freestyling a little bit. I don't know. I just gotta get creative when I'm going through this process, because I cannot allow myself to become mentally fatigued, or else that's it. The fortunate part to this is I've given myself time, right? This is the first game of the last quarter. We're only in October. I have until December to make it. But I'm just trying to get it out the way early so that I can spend the rest of this quarter working on my other projects. I've got a musical project that I'm working on. So let me tell you about the musical project, because oftentimes we make the mistake of thinking that a person is doing something for money, doing something for status. We make that mistake. We also make the mistake of thinking that a person is creating the story when it's sometimes the other way around. The story is creating them. So the music that I'm working on, I've already created one song already. It's a continuation of the storyline that I just informed you about. I just felt like I needed more songs. Well, I almost did it. See, like, I shouldn't have taken that risk. But I feel like I needed more songs to really tell the story. And one such song I knew I needed was a song, a hip hop track that explains what Miss Pac-Man is. Just to start you off with that type of song. So I created that. You can go listen to it now. It's called the Pac King Reigns. It's on TikTok, it's on Instagram. I only put the first verse on social media because, you gotta listen to it on Spotify or Apple Music to really get access to the whole song. And I get credit when you listen to it on those. So think of it as what you hearing on TikTok and Instagram, that one verse, it has like an instructional video that's playing with it that I created on purpose to explain to anyone new to the game how the game goes. It's the basic, most fundamental rules, if that makes sense. That's what I did. And then I explained that day that I was in Charlotte. I didn't really say where I was, but you're hearing the story now, right? I was in Charlotte, went to a poetry spot, and discovered there for the first time, this was like me just going out, didn't want to be in a house. I went to a poetry spot, and boom, there's a Miss Pac-Man cabinet right there in the corner, you know what I mean? I did what anyone would probably do who was a fan of the game as a youngster. I put my 2 quarters in and proceeded to try to take down the high score. So that's what that verse described me, the beginning of what I call the Pac King's reign. Damn, now you got it. Now you understand. Now you understand. If you understand what I just said, woo, that was a close one. I gotta be more careful. That was way too close for comfort. So I made that song, and that's out now. But there's more songs that are on their way that will complement the narrative in a very nice, unique way, telling the story in bits and pieces. But when you pull it all together, the whole collection of Miss Pac-Man inspired tracks will not only tell the story, but it's actually in the story at certain points. Like if you go listen to the audiobook right now, that's up. That audiobook has some of my earlier work in there that, again, at the time I did not know was part of this journey. But the amazing part of it is it turned out to fit the journey so well, I could only conclude that just like the vegetarianism, this too was a precursor, a prerequisite to the duty that I'm performing now. So I created these songs, and then I created some Miss Pac-Man inspired songs. I Am Mr. Miss Pac-Man is one of them, for example. Instruction Manual is the other one. And this is just mixtape stuff. This is like, these are not official releases that are on social media platform. United Masters or distributed on Apple or Apple Music or Spotify. These are just mixtape tracks that I put together to help tell the story. But now going forward, the tracks that I'm making now, I'm experimenting with United Masters. So far, so good. They just sent me a survey to ask me how they're doing. I'm not gonna really get into that right now because it's too early. I literally just released the song like a week ago. So you have to see if I get paid. If I get paid from that song like the way I'm supposed to get paid, they say that, you know, an artist gets 100%, right? So I'm like, okay, you pay the annual fee, they distribute you, and they give you 100%. That's a deal I couldn't turn down, or at least experiment with. So it's a little bit too early, but if that were to happen, then that would totally remove any of the pressure I talked about earlier to financially, you know, cover my expenses while at the same time performing my duty. That would totally cover it, but that would require literally like everybody in the world that I'm saving, which is everybody in the world, it would just require them to listen to a song. Like, how hard is that? So the Pac King's Reign is out there right now on Apple Music, Spotify, as well as other places in the future. But right now, those are the two main points to go listen to it. If you go to my link page, you'll see that there's a link that takes you to another page that takes you to the whatever platform you're on page to listen to the track. So like, if everybody in the world realized what I was doing for them and just listened and played the song one time, then that would free me up from the financial burden that I'm currently in. And then when they decide to possibly make this a weekly endeavor, I'll have the energy and time to pull it off. I hope that makes sense. But right now, I just don't see how that would be possible. And I feel like that's why they're trying to, change that requirement, because they're really taking a gamble on whether or not the human race is going to support me in my endeavor to save us all. They're in a strange kind of way trying to make the point that we're like primitive and we're not gonna save ourselves even if we're given an opportunity to do so. So they're kind of like turning up the dial a little bit, if I may say that. They're turning up the dial, putting pressure on humanity to step up. They said, look how easy he made it for them. Look how simple it is. All they have to do is listen to one song. Not even like once a day or once an hour. Just listen one time. And they can't even do that. So they're trying to use this as an opportunity to now prove yet again that we are not worthy of being saved. That we are in fact primitive beings that are at the same level of chimpanzees, gorillas, and apes. This is the position I feel like they're ultimately trying to prove through the lack of support. This is why I say, spread the message, because we don't have a lot of time. And if they switch this thing to monthly or weekly, and I'm still out here trying to support this and pay this bill, or support that, and like, it's not going to happen. And all you conspiracy theorists out there, you're worried about this and that. You're worried about all of this apocalyptic dystopian events and outcomes. But when have humanity never been given a chance, right? When has humanity not been given a chance? You gotta understand the way that these ETs work is they'll give you a chance to save yourself. They will. because they want to prove that you're so stupid that you won't save yourself. So they did it. They're doing it right now. They made it so easy. They said, look, he's made a song. All they got to do is play it one time. One person, even one family played that one song in the world. Then even if they change it to a week, it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter, not one bit. Because the GOOD has the energy, has the time to dedicate. I can do this every day if I'm not doing anything else. And I definitely can do it weekly. But under the conditions that I'm currently in, there's just no way. So that's what they're ultimately doing. They're trying to embarrass us. Let's think about it like this. If I fell to get to the kill team, we're embarrassed on two levels. We're embarrassed on a level of just, they couldn't pull it off. They became alien food. And then we're embarrassed on the level of, we gave them a chance to save themselves. And they couldn't even support. They didn't even have the intelligence to support the guy that was saving them. That's deep. That's deep. That's so deep. Now, word has come to me that this is even bigger than humans. What do I mean by that? This is bigger than humans. It's not just humans. What's at stake is all the life forms on the planet. Humans, animals, insects, even plant life. But it's even bigger than that. At the galactic level, what I recently found out, and this is going to be something that only a conspiracy theorist would appreciate. I don't think anybody else would appreciate. Because the thing that trips me out about a lot of conspiracy theories is that it always stops at humans and it always stops at the ETs wanting something on our planet. And I'm like, that's a ridiculous idea. I never really accepted that. So when I found out what was really going on, it made more sense. It was like, okay, that's more believable. Why would these ETs be traveling across the Milky Way, all of these light years, just to come here and get some gold? Like, come on, you don't really expect me to believe that. Oh, they created humans, the mind gold for them, and they're transporting gold from this planet. Come on, that doesn't even make sense. If they're an advanced ET civilization, they should be able to make gold. I mean, like, come on. That's the silliest thing to me. You watching Star Trek and Star Wars, I mean, mainly Star Trek and the Orville and shows like that. They have like replicators, right? They can just tell it what to make, and these replicators can make it. So gold has no value, and they have no reason to travel across the whole entire Milky Way to raid our planet and enslave us for some damn gold. That just didn't make sense. Or they had no reason to enslave us just because. There's far more pleasure in the universe than just flying across the Milky Way to blow up a planet. Like, if you're at the capability to go across the Milky Way, and you have the capability to destroy a planet, why the heck would you fly across the Milky Way and come here to this little planet called Earth? Come on, that doesn't make sense. There's so many better options. You know, there's Saturn, there's Jupiter, I mean, while we're talking about messing stuff up, there's stars. I mean, if you was an ET trying to cause panic and destruction at the galactic level, you wouldn't waste your time with little old Earth. Come on. So I could never buy into that concept. All right, let's get to what I'm really trying to say. What I'm really trying to say is these ETs J Miles and J Miles and J Miles and J Miles and J Miles are competing like players in a game of checkers. But the game, because the game has us involved, and we're not the pawns, we're much higher than that. I'm gonna use the chess metaphor. Because the game has us involved, the game is actually not checkers, it's chess. Okay? Woo! Top, bottom. J Miles and 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 J Miles. Let's kick. Playing chess at the Galactic Club. And the implications, gosh. Woo! The implications of not getting to the kill screen, the implications of humans being consumed. J Miles and J Miles and J Miles and J Miles and J Miles. I just gotta stay busy. Gotta stay focused. Gotta stay hydrated. Keep my head up. I can do it. Woo! I'm like on my second win right now. The implications of what happens if we are consumed and they take Earth, it has really nothing to do with Earth. It has more to do with the delicate balance of how J Miles and J Miles and J Miles and J Miles and J Miles are determined. It's always politics, right? We're at that point in the galaxy where if they consume Earth and everybody in it and all the beings in it, they get to manipulate us in such a way that tilts their political leverage at the galactic level. And undoubtedly gives J Miles and 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 J Miles. Another type of ET that does not live in the physical realm. Now that type of ET, it's a stretch to even call it an ET. That's why in the track I Am Mr. Pac-Man, if you listen to that, it explains the ET explains itself. It's not really an ET. It does not live in the physical realm. It's a dimensional being. Now, if they get access to this dimensional being, the only way you can get access to this dimensional being is by tilting the delicate balance at the political level, because then you can just get one. They have to give you one. So if they get access to this particular species of ET, oh wow, I'm losing battery. That sucks. Doesn't look like we're gonna catch all of this. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna fix that right now. I'm still here with you though. Doesn't look like I'm gonna catch the whole game, unfortunately. Not on video at least. So it's gonna happen. I'm still gonna go for the finish, but you guys just may have to hear about it. You might have to hear about it on my. Anytime I do this, I try to do a testimonial after. So I can, especially when I'm successful, because think about it, if I fail at the wrong moment, there won't be any testimonials. But I have time to do a testimonial right now, whether I pass or fail. You feel me? So if you don't catch this aspect of it on video, I'll at least give you an update on my testimonial as to what happened here. But I don't think the battery's gonna make it. That's on me, that's my bad. Y'all can hold me accountable for that. Again, there's so many variables that I have to manage, including survival, which is a hell of a distraction, I must say. So many variables I have to manage. But things like this happen, and I'm going to lose some battery, and I'm not going to be able to catch the whole thing. But like I said, I'll give you the update momentarily. It's going to be exponentially harder because I'm not going to have any music. I'm be like on my own, try to make it. I believe I only have one credit left, and that's it. So, gosh, let me put you on. Woo. Let me put you on to the Miss Pac game. Let me put you on. I'm not gonna count. I'm not performing it. Nope. That's gonna take too much energy. Let me put you on to the Miss Pac game. Dots get deleted, but the names don't change. Four goes chasing me, controlled by AI. A is for artificial intelligence. Which means many tunnels. I teleport this Pac-Man through like a funnel to the other side for the quick escape. Watch out for the fruit because it might be a more power dots that reverse the chase. If you catch a blue monster, you can eat their face with be forewarned. Yo, they do turn back. Wanna use your grade as a reverse attack. If you catch Miss Pac, man, you use your life like that. You only have 3 stacks and you don't get none back. And when it's game over, like black, I mean brown, like the skin on my back, son. Word up. Woo! Man. Woo! This is... I ain't gonna take the risk. Remember, the joystick is not in the best condition. I can't believe I made it this far. Woo, woo, woo. I'm gonna put the last credit in. Woo, 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 woo. So anyway, I'm gonna start to get a little quiet because I gotta really get my energy up. I need to take a little sip of this drink too. I'm starting to feel a little cramp. I'm starting to feel a little cramp in my side. Oh man, that's not a good sign. I need to hydrate for real. I'm starting to feel a little cramp in my side, but I gotta hydrate for real, son. Listen up, y'all. I'm feeling a little cramp in my side. I don't know what I should do. I hope you understand that I'm representing more than just my crew. If I don't get to the kill screen, if I don't get to the kill scene, y'all not gonna have time to dream. Cause the alien's gonna change the scenery. It's like a fiend to me. I like the scene to be dreamery, like a fantasy. But right now, if I don't make it to the kill screen, y'all'll be mad at me. Like, why didn't you do your duty? Why didn't you perform? Why was you sleeping? No time for quiet storm. We don't got time for quiet storm. I'm on the microphone doing my thing, the quiet. I'm quite warm, friendly to people that wanna walk and talk to me. But please let me focus, man. Because the aliens, the F's got a master plan, and I paying me grand to do this. I do it for free, I do it for love, so please support me, please. But you probably won't, you probably wouldn't, you probably don't, but that's okay. Cause I probably will demonstrate the Pac-Man, this Pac-Man skill, turbo speed, let me take the lead. Saving humanity is how my heart bleeds. I thought that was the last dot. I'm trying to save humanity. That's just who I am, that's the man in me. The ETs, yo, they got a plan to be leaking y'all, consuming y'all. I'm not a fan of these outcomes, so please pay attention. I know if I don't fulfill the dream that I'm wishing to fulfill tonight, I have a little time to get there, but I am wishing that I get there tonight. So release the pressure that is on me. I'm trying to live freely of the stress levels that this puts on me. I'm trying to have liberty, like you all, please. Understand, I'm not getting paid for this. I don't have no money to fall. I don't have no time to fall. I'm just trying to put y'all all of y'all on, and now call. Get people up and share. Tell them what's going down. Woo! I might even come to your town. That was a close one. People walking by like, is he rapping? This is a track I'm working on. I'm not gonna tell y'all what it is though. It's too early.
J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles.
This song's gonna come after y'all start supporting me. That's the only way I'm gonna be able to afford this song. It's too expensive right now. It's too expensive. I gotta wait till y'all start supporting me for this song.
J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles.
The hook is crazy though. I let my homeboy listen to the hook. He was like, yo, you gotta do that song, son. That's the hook right there. That hook is fire. I was like, I know. Wait till they hear it. They're gonna be like, yo,
J Miles,
that
J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles.
it's so inspirational too. Oh, that's what I meant to say earlier. Like, the music that I do, it's really to keep me motivated. It's really to push my envelope. You know what I mean? So, you know, but it's also part of the narrative too. It's also part of the narrative. But I try to make the words that go in the track keep me motivated, push me to
J Miles, J Miles, J Miles,
and I'm hoping that it has the same effect on my fans and my listeners. I'm starting to feel the joystick really deteriorate. Like, the stickiness is getting really hard to manage. I'll try my best though to do this. That was a close one. I gotta check to see how much battery.
J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles.
What? Oh, come on. Y'all can't be serious. Alright, y'all. Let's go. The next beat, I got a track that I'm working on for this one too.
J Miles, J Miles, J Miles, J Miles,
Yeah,
J Miles,
yeah.
J Miles, J Miles.
So listen, before the phone cut off, before the phone cut off, it's about to. Gosh, the joystick is deteriorating bad. It's my last credit. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, y'all. I do not think I'm gonna make it, but I'm gonna try. I gotta implement a new strategy because I'm not getting any real joystick support here. I gotta figure out a way to preserve the joystick. Just the first walk in this park. Alright. Woo! One level at a time. I got a dope concept for this one too. Like, this is crazy. I let my friend hear. I let my homeboy hear this track. He was like, "Yo, that concept is crazy. You gotta do that song, son." That's not really how we talk. You know, I had to put my angle in. Yes, one level at a time. Woo! We got 5 lives left. I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but. One level at a time, baby. One level at a time. Joystick got stuck. Alright. So far, so good. Woo! I'ma just stay. Woo! That was a close one. Just getting I gotta focus in now. It's like this is crazy, son. Oh my gosh. Sometimes I forget how tough this is. I feel like I forgot how tough this is. This is so hard, man. Oh my gosh. I'm so tired. And I'm not even I'm not even close to the end. Like it's like in a boxing match. I'm in the fifth round and I gotta go 17 rounds. I'm not even close to the end. Woo! Alright. I gotta lean on my drink, yo. I really appreciate those little 8 seconds you have before you start chasing. Woo! Alright. I got 5 left. 5. Ah! That was a close one. Ah! Woo! That was a close one. Woo! Yes. Alright. Here we go. This is the last lap, baby. This is where it gets real. All that talking, now I gotta get more creative now. This is where it gets very real. I cannot afford to lose a life at all. Like every dot counts. Every life counts. So anyway, working on these songs. My homeboy's like, yo, you gotta do this song. But I'm trying to tell him like, yes, I'm gonna do them, but my priority is to get to the kill screen. Like these songs are not the priority. It's nice to have to tell a story. It's being told. But that's not the priority. The priority is to get to the kill screen. And I got all of these things going on outside the game, in the game right now. And I'm making music to help me get to the kill screen. That's what I'm trying to get people to understand. Like, this is all part of the original mission. And even the music I'm listening to right now is helping me, and I'm really concerned that once this battery dies, that I'm gonna be screwed. We're all gonna be screwed. I'm not gonna have any support, like no music. So I'm trying to right now just give myself the benefit of as many lives as I possibly can give myself. See, I got 10% left. Gosh, I don't even want to take the risk of pulling up the screen, but I am. Watch this. Watch that. Okay. Not too bad. Alright, so I got 10% left. I am so, like, I don't know what I'm going to do without the music. But anyway, I created the music to help me get to the kill screen. That's the point. So I can tell the story while I'm getting to the kill screen, and telling the story will invigorate me somehow and will give me the mental energy to push through this. If I don't have any music, what am I going to do? It's still showing me the message again. That distraction cost me a life. Gosh, I should not have gotten distracted right there, but I did. Wasted a life. My goodness, I'm in trouble. I am in big trouble. The best part about this whole situation is that I think I have time. I hope I have time. I hope I have a quarter, a whole quarter, and I'm at the beginning of the quarter to get to the kill screen. If that's true, then even if I don't make it tonight, I should be okay to try again maybe a week from now, you know? Gosh, I thought I was caught for a second. Oh my goodness. Alright, I'm going to switch strategy a little bit. I have to start eating the fruit now. I've got to start eating the fruit. I program my mind so that when I eat this fruit, it gives me a little boost of something. I don't even know what to call that something, but I need it to get to the kill screen, alright? Yes. So I'm going to start eating as many fruit as I can so that, remember before when I was playing dot bottom, I wasn't eating fruit? Now it has the opposite effect. Woo! That was a close one. Yo, I gotta get the fruit to give me energy. If I don't get the fruit, I won't have the energy necessary to make it to the end. Necessary to save my family and friends. I gotta get to the fruit. I gotta recruit all the stamina needed so I could make it through. Yo, man, come on, man. Push through it, son. You could do it, son. I gotta get to everything, including the pretzel, the fruit and everything. Gotta get the pretzel. Gotta get to it. And he's trying to use it as bait. Hopefully I won't get caught. And my fate is better than what it could be. They're trying to trick me. They're showing me some kind of hospitality. They got audacity to try to make me complain. I'm wondering if they're gonna even try to make me not sustain my brain, my environment. It's representing the trains that I used to ride on when I used to go to the Brooklyn Junction and the Brooklyn streets. Now I have to pretend and protect my feet because the concrete will make it sore from standing up too much. I don't know. The flow's so special. I got to go beyond the levels that I was on. Not watching porn no more. Woo! My mind is needed. Come on, man. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's fly. Alright, here we go. Woo! 4 lives left. Let's get it. Feeling the third wing kicking in now. Third wing. That'd be a nice name for the chapter, right? The chapter. The third wing. Whoa, I wasn't expecting that. Holy moly, y'all. I made it to the kill screen. Woo! We did it. That's the first time it's ever caught me off guard like that. Like, I had no idea where I was at. Oh my goodness. That was a close one. Oh, we did it. Alright, y'all, let me get out of here. You know what time it is. Time to go rest up. Celebrate this Feel Greater moment. Make sure you send your cash app to Feel Greater. Frank, Edward, Larry, Gary, Roger, 8, Roger. 8 letters. Feel Greater. Feel Greater moment is what I'm experiencing right now. I hope you join me in the celebration. I don't have to do this at all for the remainder of the quarter. We made it early this quarter. Hopefully they don't change the rules. They might. That's why I say, please go listen to the track. Pac King's Rain is on Spotify, it's on Apple Music, other places, TikTok, Instagram. Go to my links page. The easiest way to get to my links page is to go to Instagram. It's right there. My Instagram handle, Pac King. Make sure you put the underscores between the Pac King. Okay? It's not the packing like I'm working for UPS. It's the Pac King. So make sure you do that. And also make sure that when you do that, you share it. Because like I said, if just one household all over the world play that one song one time, I'll have enough resources to then focus on whatever they're going to do, but changing it to a weekly schedule. I'll definitely be able to support that. I'm not worried about that at the moment. But right now, like I said, I can't support a weekly schedule. I'm just putting too much pressure internally and externally. So keep that in mind when you go listen to the track. Listen to it from that context. Your very listen is supporting me, supporting us, saving the world. Hashtag, we are not alien food. I'm the Pac King. Thanks for riding with the one and only, the only human who was the GOOD, galactic operator of drones in the multi-dimensional space. Well, at least in this dimension, at least. So thanks for letting me save us. I'll see you next quarter, or I'll see you sooner if they change the rules on us. But hopefully they won't. That's it for me. I'm the Pac King. I'm out of here. And remember, woo, woo. LOVE, y'all. I'm out. Oh wait, let me reset the game. I almost forgot. It's the fun part. Oh, how do I get caught? Oh, wait. There we go. Wait. I'm almost there. Come on. There we go. I gotta do that 3 more times. Alright, let's hurry up. Shout out to Body Armor for keeping me hydrated. Appreciate it. Blinky is the only one that can catch me, it seems. Let's see if anybody else can catch me. Nope. Oh. Inky. Blinky and Inky. That's a pretty great low score for Dot Bottom. Look at that. It's a pretty great low score, but if I was actually playing Dot Bottom and made it to the kill screen, I would hope to go even lower than that. Now we get to watch the countdown. 4, 3, 2, 1. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. Game over. We made it to the kill screen, y'all. Woo! We made it to the kill screen. We made it to the kill screen.